Hey guys, it's Kim and Jen with Our Community Now, and we're back with another episode of Will You Accept This Rosé, where we break down everything that happened in last night's episode of The Bachelor.
We have a Fresinier Rosé, a sparkling rosé, and it's cheap because we got ripped off with this Bachelor finale. This whole season was a huge rip-off. So we're short on cash, we're short on patience, and we're gonna drink about it.
Should we make a toast since Hannah B is officially our new Bachelorette?
Let's toast to Hannah.
What should we say?
I don't know, does she know what to say?
That's gonna be the whole entire season, her just trying to finish a toast every week.
This is not gonna be full enough. Come on, Kim.
All right.
Cheers to having to sit through a whole season of The Bachelorette watching Hannah B struggle through a sentence.
Cheers to that.
Yay.
So part 2 of the season finale kicks off with Cassie blissfully packing to go home and leave Colton, and then he knocks on her door.
She is not surprised, but she's not super excited.
And he tells her that he just dumped the 2 chicks and that he's ready to start a life with her. And all she can say is, what? This is crazy. This is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Like, what?
She's like, how do I look not disappointed on camera? Because all these cameras are pointing at me. Colton's confessing the fact that he is throwing away the whole premise of the show for me because he's so in love. And all I wanted to do was go home and chill.
And move on with my life. Then Cassie mentioned that she didn't want Colton to throw away everything that he wanted. And he's like, that's a relationship. That's what you do. Excuse me, what?
That's what Colton does.
Yeah, what is Cassie compromising in this whole thing?
The fact that she still has to remain on this TV show.
So basically they just decide to take things day by day, whatever that means. And then Colton has this bright idea. Let's just, you know what, let's go to Spain, let's go meet my family. Even though you don't love me, you're not even sure if you want to date me. But hey, good idea, let's go meet the parents.
What? And Cassie's like, okay. So they fly to Spain and Colton goes solo to meet his family first, and they're sitting around like this barbecue pit. Sits everyone down and goes, guys, I have some big news. I'm not a virgin anymore. I thought ABC had just pulled a fast one on me. And then it was just a joke and I got played. They definitely didn't. He was just kidding. But it definitely eased the tension of him being like, by the way, I threw out all the 2 other girls that were in love with me and I'm bringing the one who doesn't want to get married. And his family's like, do you love her? And he goes, yeah. And they go, does she love you? And he goes, no. And then she shows up, finally just meets Colton one-on-one outside of the building where they're supposed to go in and meet his family, and she's already in tears.
Because she knows that she messed up and that she's gonna have to explain to the family that she already broke up with Colton, that she's not in love with him. You can just tell right away though, when Colton introduces everyone to Cassie, they're just kind of like, oh hey, like there's no hugging, there's no excitement at all whatsoever.
The mom is like, so just trying to understand more about this situation with you and my son, who's obviously in love with you. Tell me a little bit about your relationship. Cassie, where would you like me to start? And the mom goes,
the moment you bailed on my son.
Let's just start there.
So after the families meet up, they go on a date where they rappel down a mountain because they need time to fill up this episode because they just had to drag it out into a 2-night thing.
Yeah, this didn't need to be a 2-hour, 2-part series.
Cassie finally opens up that she's not ready for marriage, but she's not even ready for a freaking committed relationship. Her ex talked about marriage, but he was just super controlling, so she was all nervous that Colton was gonna be super controlling.
Because all guys are exactly the same.
So basically, Cassie's scared of commitment, and everybody owes Katie, Kirpa, and Tayshia an apology at this point.
Huge apology to those ladies. After their one-on-one date on the side of a cliff next to the ocean, Colton and Cassie go to dinner together. They have a nice sit-down dinner. Cassie's feeling a little more comfortable because Colton said all the right things. And, let's be honest, they're just about to bone. And then Colton invites her to the fantasy suite and she's like, oh my god, yes, snags the envelope, and then they're off.
But the 2 are so excited to bone that they forget to unmic themselves. So they're like ushering the camera people out and they're like, okay, get out, like we're gonna go have sex. And then all of a sudden you hear Cassie, wait, we still have the microphones on. So they have to like awkwardly open up the door and be like, hey, can you like unmic us? And the sound guy is even like, good luck in there. But the next morning, cue the Lonely Island because Colton just had sex. But he was showering alone.
Yeah, they did throw in one last shower scene. They just montage for the rest of the episode. Cassie and Colton are in love. They bring them out in front of a studio audience. Chris Harrison says, you guys look so happy. Are you gonna be engaged? Cassie looks over to Colton and they both have this awkward moment where they're like, nope, still not engaged.
And they like get up and start dancing to Air Supply.
Oh my god. That's a huge letdown on this season too. At least throw in some cheesy country band too. Air Supply was incredibly uncomfortable. It was like hardcore 80s rock while they were playing this romantic montage of Cassie and Colton.
Let's move on to the Bachelorette announcement. Hannah B.
Oh, Hannah.
I'm gonna top off your glass for this.
Thank you. Kim! Just mopping up the disaster that is the Bachelorette announcement.
So back to what I was saying, they finally announced the new Bachelorette, Hannah B, and nobody was excited about it in the crowd.
She sits down, Chris goes, how are you feeling about being the Bachelorette? Lo and behold, opens her mouth, nothing comes out. I am feeling, and that's what this whole season is going to be.
Chris is like, oh, the way you found out was like so great. Let's show the clip. It's just like literally a FaceTime.
And the clip didn't start right away too. It like froze.
Yeah. She's like frozen and then just like, how'd you feel about being the next Bachelorette? Oh my God, I would just, well, well, okay,
ready.
you're the next Bachelorette, Jesus Christ.
Just show up at the studio on Thursday.
Then they start the very first rose ceremony and she meets the first 5 guys. I do like the guy with the step. That's about it so far.
The one who looks like he's straight out of Sig Ep. And there was the guy who rapped. Stop rapping on The Bachelor.
He got Hannah B and Hannah G confused. So he started,
oh my God, I wonder if that's on
I think it was.
That's funny. The guy who came out with the toast was clever though, with the 2 glasses of champagne.
Yeah.
There's the one kid who made jokes about going down.
Oh my God, that's right. He's like, I don't usually go down south, but for you I will, or something like that. Isn't that what he said?
Oh, that's what he said. Super uncomfortable. Hannah's just confused the whole time she's on stage. She's pretty confused about how she got there in the first place, as we all are.
This is the first time a rose ceremony has ever been done on a live after the final rose. So she doesn't even know how to like pick up the rose and give it to the guy. She's like, oh yeah, I have to like ask you if you'll accept this rose. Like, do I pick it up? Like, what do I do with this?
Hannah, tighten up.
That about does it for this episode in this season of Will You Accept This Rosé. Thank you for enduring this awful season with us. We will be back in a couple months for The Bachelorette with Hannah B, so stay tuned for that.
Maybe we won't even watch. Maybe we'll just make these episodes every Tuesday and talk about something else. So be sure to follow us on Twitter at @OCN_Rosé Reviews to keep up with our tweets between seasons. Thank you again to Wood Rehab for designing the backdrop in our OCN video studios. And I think the only thing left to do is finish this bottle of champagne.
Yep.
Thanks,
Cheers
ABC.
to an awful season.